video is I'm going to talk to you about when you have a really long book title or chapter title, so it may not fit into the template very well. I'm going to show you an example real quick, so bear with me. I should have been more prepared. I have one document up, but I didn't. I just thought of another thing that I could show you, so let me bring up the template real quick. And all right, so here's the master template. Let's say you had an extremely long book title that went on forever. Okay, so when we type the book title here, I'm not going to show you how to correct this. You should be able to. Well, I'll show you. We're just going to change the spacing for author name, change the space above so that would all fit. But this is your book title, all right? So let's say we insert some random text. Type, insert, where are we? Fill the placeholder text. And we are just going to keep on filling it more until I get more pages out. All right, and then we're going to change these to the A header, which has our titles. So here you go. You had an extremely long book title that went on forever. This one isn't doing what I need it to do, but we are going to make that adjustment. So let's say you wanted your header to maybe be in Cinzel, and you wanted it to be maybe 12 point, okay? So this is what happens. It smushes all together, all right? So how can we resolve this? Well, you can just go to the A header, and let's say this was a fiction book and you wanted the author name on the right-hand side and the chapter title on the left-hand side. I'm sorry, let me do that again. You wanted the book title on the right-hand side. So the author name fit, but this is still really long, okay? So in those situations, what you can do is you can just copy your title, and then instead of having the text variable here, just paste your title. Edit, paste without formatting, and this is what it would be like. And then you could manually track your title to fit. However, this one would not look all that great. So in this situation, what I would do, I would actually condense the title, and you could also have it on 2 lines. I don't think that would look great, but it is possible to do. Sometimes if I do a decorative way for the author name that matches like maybe the way I have it on the front cover, I will do it on 2 lines. So, I mean, you could easily do a book title on 2 lines if you have the author name on 2 lines. That's just something to play around with, but I like to condense it. Now, let's say you have really long chapter titles and it's a nonfiction book. So on your chapter, so your headers on your chapter titles, you have your book title on the left-hand side, and then your chapter title is this long and stretched out. Well, you don't want to have to manually type all your chapter titles and have a different header for each chapter. So how can you manage this? All right, one way you can do this is have shortened chapter titles. So for this book, I would select sports and other injuries for the chapter title, okay? So in this situation, what you would do is you would create a new character style, leave it completely blank. Do not be in your text anywhere, okay? So have your selection tool and click off the text just so it's not picking up any of the styles. Do a new character style and call it running header character style. I already have one, so I'm not going to actually create this. So you'll see it here, running header, short chapter title. There is no styling to this, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this portion of my chapter title minus the colon, and assign running header short chapter title. And then what I'm going to do is and I've already done this for this book, I'm going to go in and instead of having the chapter title, usually this says chapter title up here. Let me go to my dummy page. Usually it says chapter title up here. So instead, I'm going to create a new text variable. So we're going to go to type, text variable, define, and we're going to go new, and we're going to call it, you can call it whatever you want. You can call it shortened chapter title or whatever. I already have one. Shortened chapter title. And then you're going to insert that into that page. Okay, so you're going to go back. Once you create that, mine's right here, you're just going to insert it. Okay. And what InDesign does is it picks up, let me go to my dummy page, it picks up that shortened version of the chapter title for you. This makes it so much easier than creating header pages for each chapter, new header pages for each chapter. So I hope that tip helps if you ever have really long chapter titles. Now, the problem is what if you can't condense it in some way? Well, I think in most cases you'd be able to condense it in some form. I've never had an author complain, and I've done books like this a million times. So, but what if it happens? Then you would probably need to change your style for your header. Maybe set them in a narrow font, like try Minion or Myriad Pro Condensed. There's some even extra condensed fonts out there just to get it all to fit. I don't think it would look all that great, but if an author just absolutely doesn't want to condense the chapter titles on those page headers, that would be one way you can do it. So I hope that tip helps. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.